staying with us here at CNN News 18. We're now getting some visuals coming in. This, of course, is of the journey of Tunisha, the unfortunate suicide of actress Tunisha, who was all of 20 years old. We're now understanding her mortal remains are being moved from the hospital to her residence, and then you will have the process of the last rites that will take place. Those visuals of her mortal remains, that body of Tunisha, as I pointed out, that very unfortunate case that has now come to light. She was all of 20, took that extreme step of dying by suicide, and now we're understanding her mortal remains being moved from the hospital to her residence, and then you'll have the last rites that will take place sometime later in the day. Remember, she was found hanging on the 24th of December. Let me bring in my colleague Mihir, who in fact has been tracking these developments for us. Mihir, of course, this is a story that has multiple angles. Was it really a suicide? Was it something else? Why are we seeing so many suicides take place in the entertainment industry? We'll talk about all of that in just a bit. But first, let's understand what's happening right now. We're getting visuals of the mortal remains being moved from the hospital to the residence. Do we have any understanding of a specific time of when we'll see the entire process take place?
Absolutely. At around 4 p.m. today, the last rites will take place. From what we know at this point is that the mortal remains have been moved from the mortuary, which is close to the house. So it will be in minutes that that particular ambulance in which the mortal remains are kept and are moving will be brought here, and from here there will be some amount of rituals that will happen at the residence, and from there the mortal remains will be taken to the crematorium where the last rites will take place. So clearly, as far as the family is concerned, we are told that the family is inside right now. Some of them have gone to bring the mortal remains to this residence. Pretty much the relatives who are expected to come have already arrived. We are seeing a constant inflow of people from the fraternity also. These are people who have worked with Tanisha over the years. These are people who are known to the family. They are constantly making a beeline into this particular building where the mortal remains will be taken. At this point, we also know that the investigation, I can give you some exclusive visuals at this point. The ambulance has arrived, which has the mortal remains of Tanisha, and it's going straight to her residence. The family members can also be seen. Of course, the mood is absolutely somber and heartbroken because they have been trying to get the mortal remains back to the home, and it has been quite a fight, apart from the fact that they know that now there is an investigation going on, considering the family has alleged that the co-star who was romantically involved with Tanisha is responsible for her death in many ways, and that's the kind of allegation that they have leveled on Shehzan Khan, who's under arrest at this point. He's being interrogated by the police. The police is trying to understand whether there is ample of proof to prove that there is an abetment angle in this particular case. The family is certain. We know that the mother had given a statement. In fact, she's in a very bad shape at this point. Some of the people who've seen her going to the mortuary clearly can sense that she is totally devastated. She's lost her young daughter, who was very successful. She was also a good-natured person. In fact, the kind of testimony we have got from people who have worked with her clearly say that she was a very person with a very positive outlook in life, very cheerful, always hardworking. That is the kind of commitment she had towards her work. Yes, she was into a relationship with Shehzan, and it was, according to the family, because of this pressure of the breakup 15 days before that she ended her life in such a manner. And that case is being investigated by the police at this point. And what we see is that today the last rites will take place. It has been a long wait, in a sense, for the family to get the mortal remains of Tanisha, because since there was a police investigation, one knows that the body had gone for autopsy first. The results of which is still awaited. It will answer several critical questions in this particular case. So that is another aspect of
Yeah. You know,
the
Mir, we'll of course
investigation.
talk about the kind of investigation that is taking place, the allegations that have been made by the family, specifically the mother as well. But more importantly, there is of course a pattern as to why are we seeing so many young lives being taken away from us simply because, is it, you know, the work pressure, is it something else? That's of course a larger conversation to be had, and more importantly, the lack of help possibly that is not given to these young individuals who do not find a shoulder, who do not find a support system, and thus find it easier to take this extreme step. But just recap what has happened in the last couple of days for our viewers. Of course, it's oversimplifying if we try and understand what just happened in the last day, but because it will help us piece together the investigation that is taking place as well. Do we have a sense of who all she met, the kind of conversations that she had on the last day? Mir, can you hear me?
For a particular show that she was yes, she was pretty much shooting for the show that she was a part of. In fact, she was the lead in the show, and she was shooting for that show continuously. In fact, on the day when she took this drastic decision, one knew that she was on the set, constantly devoting her time to her craft, and it was definitely shocking for people who worked with her closely. And that's the kind of reactions we have got from when we spoke to them. They said that this was a person who was very cheerful, very positive in her outlook towards life, and very hardworking. And one could not really tell, looking at her in those last few moments also, that she would take such a drastic step. Yes, there were certain issues as far as a relationship with Shehzan is concerned, but that would lead to this extreme was something nobody really imagined, and that is something which is really shocked not only her fans but also people who worked with her and the family members. As far as this case is concerned, it was on the 24th when the news came out that Tunisha had ended her life by hanging herself in the makeup room where she was clearly alone. Now what came after that was the fact that the mother went and filed a complaint against the co-star Shehzan Khan, saying that he was romantically involved with her. They had a breakup, because of which she was really upset and stressed, and that's why she's taken such a decision. So that's how the abatement angle came into the being, and the police started its investigation. They initially detained Shehzan and then subsequently arrested him, and also asked for an extension of custody from the court, which was granted. They have 4-day custody of Shehzan, and during this entire episode they have questioned him extensively. They've also made sure they do it very meticulously, because this is a very sensitive case, and it is not only including somebody from the film industry, but also a person who's lost her life and of very young age.
Absolutely.
So the police is making sure they videograph not only the crime scene, not only the autopsy, but also while they are recording statements of people in this case, including the prime accused, Shehzan. And what came out from that interrogation is that he admitted to certain things. One of the facts was correct, is that they were into a relationship and they had a breakup. The reason he gave for the breakup was the age difference and the religion. What also came to light through sources is that he was a little concerned and afraid after the Shraddha Walkar case came to light about the future of these two, and that's why that, according to him, was the reason they ended the relationship. Clearly it was a lot of stress for this young girl who's the lead in a television show. The kind of pressure one sees in films is of different level. They put in several hours, in fact as good as 14 to 16 hours are devoted by artists in these shows on a regular basis. With that kind of pressure and that kind of attention, she